border. Now let's head on into the game as Kafe, like we said, is going to be map number 1 in this best-of-3 series between BitterSweet GG, which is going to be on attack, and Elevate GG, going to be on defense. Now I have talked previously, Kix, about, I talked with some people today about how BitterSweet's name, their tag is BS, and we were trying so hard last week to not be like, oh, BS just got this kill, or that was a BS kill.
It was an active struggle.
It was an active struggle, and then I came to realize their tag is BS. So if we call a team by their tag name, it is duly appropriate to do that. But we are just going to cut right back to us momentarily while we fix some audio issues.
Hey guys.
The round is still going to go on, though, so don't worry. The prep phase is still going to go. And with that, we saw, what, a train and mining room hold,
Yep.
fireplace mining room.
For our first defense,
Yes.
which is a little bit different than what we're used to. Usually it's bar. That might be a good read there by Elevate, though, realizing that one of the great tools that BitterSweet GG has on this map is their A-bomb site attack, their cocktail lounge attack. And the timing that they have on it, how precise it is. So I think that's just Elevate reading into it. I think that's Elevate doing their own counter-stratting.
Yep.
We'll see how they choose to defend this middle floor here.
I mean, you could see King Leo choosing the Twitch drone. That's obviously to help counter Amira, which is non-existent here. So they are actively playing mind games with each other, basically.
Yeah,
So
I mean, clearly BitterSweet, we're expecting it to be defense of the top floor. Sky is going to start things off here with a nice kill onto Thinking Nade. That's the sledge gun. That means that even if we do have BitterSweet establish control over the top floor, there still will be a there won't be any real control. Like they won't be able to open up the angles onto the guys who are holding on site. So that's a lot of freedom for Elevate now to just kind of sit on the site and wait patiently. Nice reset coming into coming for Skies there. It means he's going to be back onto that 50 HP instead of whatever he was lower.
Now, we do have this east wall opened up inside of the red stairs, which we just witnessed the shuttle looking at. Basically, yeah, it's a common spot. The castle barricade, though, is going to be a little bit more effective, allowing them to not even rotate around. It's basically just going to be a death corridor.
Yeah, whatever attacker chooses to walk his butt down into that booty, excuse me, down into that hallway will likely meet a very gruesome fate by the hands of Shuttle.
Booty's my word. I already used it today.
I'm reinforcing it. What do you want from me? The memes must live on.
So we do have, with less than nearly 1/3 of the round left to go, we are going to have a 5-on-4. Now, King Leo has dropped into bar. We're going to have top floor in control of BitterSweet GG. However, having top floor control doesn't necessarily give you control of the bomb sites. So with that, we are going to see Laxing inside of the reading room, along with, I think, that is going to be Chapstick. Chapstick, I think, actually might be inside of a fireplace. Oh, shots going up. Trippin doesn't see it in time, but he will look down and snag the kill there onto Laxing. Reading room now in control of BS here.
Open area now in control of BS. They have full span of this map. However, only 25 seconds to make this execution happen.
You still have Skies. Looks like he might be inside of the mining room. As we've got Shuttle coming on, swinging out. Skies trying to tag some shots. Looks like we will have Ash not go down. The pistol comes on out. Looks like Skies and Chapstick will go down. King Leo and Moss able to pick up these kills. However, the shotgun from England will take out Trippin, as well as the SMG-11 to down Dave. King Leo picks up the trade, though. Last being alive is going to be Shuttle. And will the plant go down? No, it will not. And that's going to be well played by Shuttle, not engaging, forcing the plant to go down. What? It didn't.
A lesser player would have peeked that angle and lost the fight to the Twitch, but no, Shuttle played it smart and patiently at that. The collapse came from BS at the right moment there, just in the nick of time, but unfortunately they did not have the diffuser in hand when it most counted in the last couple seconds. And now we're going to see Elevate walk away with round number 1, and they will move on to attack now. A BS put in the tricky position of trying to win this top floor defense.
Now, if I remember correctly, and forgive me if I'm not remembering correctly, but BitterSweet GG had a little bit of trouble trying to hold this top floor a few times. And I think they're going with the same setup, the same type of operators. One of the things that we did see, though, was this echo play from Dave. He threw out his yokai on top of the windowsill at the north end of the map, over the atrium.
Yeah, I really do like having that yokai on top of that pillar. It's something, not only is it a nifty spot, right? But the attackers are not going to be looking for it there. They're going to be like, where am I getting Echo Drone from?
And I think that's the exact reason why we see IQ getting played here by Laxing, is they realize, okay, Dave did this last time, let's make sure we know where that yokai is.
Yeah, Elevate, you know, we talk about how they're kind of a crazy team. They play dynamically, they have strats, yeah, sure, but they also counter-strat. They are very meticulous when it comes to studying the VODs of the enemy team, and they actively attempt to counter things that they know, you know, someone like BS is going to do with like that Echo Drone. Going to be having Skies opening up these south windows on the hallway and into Piano. Meanwhile, the drop down on the roof's getting opened up. Very standard attack here. Elevate's going to start their drone game, start to gather as much information as possible, see what they have to deal with as they push their way into the red hallway, or top of red stairs, and later Cigar hallway. Very standard attack coming from Elevate right now. And BS has shown before that they are capable of handling this particular attack.
Are there 3 defenders inside a freezer? Oh, they have a rotation. Okay, I thought for a second there were 3 defenders inside a freezer. I was like, that's a little crowded. 2, okay, but...
You could see that England is looking for the yokai drone right now. And he's not going to find it as Dave sees that pressure and is going to opt to rotate his yokai drone off. It's weird talking about a drone like this, but it's so important in this round.
The late mirror window is going to come on out of here by Thinking Need. It just got placed down, I believe, inside of the freezer.
And that's going to be some late pressure coming on to Elevate for using those or the mirror window, the gadget. You know, usually you expect to see the mirror window go down a lot earlier, but putting it down late is actually pretty useful. I like the angle that the BS has established here. But as soon as that castle behind him gets opened up, it's basically going to be null and void.
Yep. However, they have managed to open up the first of 2 mirror windows. That's going to be the first one facing Piano.
Yeah, Elevate still has 1 minute to go, so plenty of time to make this attack happen. They're looking for the yokai drone, which is disorienting them.
It's already inside of Piano. Looks like Chapstick, however, will take that 5.56 to the head of Trippin and whack him over the head with it. Now at 4 on 5. 45 seconds left to go. England going to try to get rid of some of this barbed wire without getting shot. You've got some coverage from above. That's going to be Laxing.
He's actually just looking to drop right now. Oh, he's going to get off that that seal.
I was going to say, I wouldn't expect him to drop. He's got perfect coverage. Laxing, though, will pick up that kill into Mott's. Now Dave, King Leo, and Thinking Nade. Last 3 alive. The plant's going to try to go down here in front of the bar. King Leo's going to be back by the cocktail lounge. And will Dave get this yokai up in town? No, it will not. Therefore, the plant will go down successfully. Thinking Nade going to toss out that C4. Finish off Laxing. Looks as though Laxing may have fallen down, and therefore he will be taken out of commission. Thinking they tags another kill. He's got to get the last 3. He's got to get this ace and get the diffuser destroyed. The last 3 are going to be inside of the Cigar as well as Piano. Thinking Nate trying to come around here. However, we will have Shuttle peek on up, and it looks as though Thinking will have to rethink his entry back onto site. Now they are going to force his way back over. A very good collapse there. Shuttles will not will not hit that target. He gets taken out. That's 3 kills for Think, and we are going to see the last 2, unfortunately, not unfold.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough time to defuse anyway.
Nope, and Chapstick comes out on top again with another 5.56 kill.
A nice try there from Thinking. You have to hand it to him. But just a very systematic take, or just straight up basic. Honestly, the word is basic take from Elevate there. And unfortunately, it seems like BS just could not handle that simplicity. It was a simple take of, okay, let's open up the drop down, drone up what we have to do. All right, take control of Cigar. Okay, we have control of Cigar, get rid of the yokai drone, and then push in slowly through the Cigar doorway. And for some reason, it unfortunately was the mirror window that we had in the bathroom was not enough for BS to make that or to hold down the Cigar doorway. So, I mean, we did see the first mirror window get opened up, but that's...
We did.
Yeah.
We do see the bomb site, though, going back upstairs, top floor, where Elevate is basically forcing themselves to go. They're not going to go into bakery. They're not going to go to bakery.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about, you know, mixing it up and going to
There's a difference between mixing it up and just throwing it away.
Yeah, so the bakery is basically indefensible. It's essentially the I like that, clearing out the cabinet. give whomever plays that corner just a little bit more room to breathe.
Reminds me of trying to get rid of the shelving unit in the basement of the wine
Chalet?
cellar of Chalet.
Yeah.
There's that. There's a couple other maps very similar to that as well. But
Yeah, some really nice little spots. Hereford base, basement green box, the little, get rid of that little pallet. Some really cool things you can do with impact grenades to open up the versatility of the map. But yeah, we were talking about the alternative bomb sites. On Kafe, you only have 2. You only have 2. That third one is basically impossible to win. And Bakery is just not a thing you're going to be doing. Now, BS, they are going to be going on to their attack, and they are going to light up the feet of England. Nice shot from Moss there. Not going to be able to get the kill, but that's okay. They are not situating themselves to take from the cocktail lounge, which is what we were all expecting to see. Maybe they're reading into the fact that Elevate is counter-stratting on Kafe.
very possible. Now, King Leo is working his way up the white stairs, these southeast stairs, which are almost something that you don't take anymore. We almost never see this.
They're kind of ignored for the attackers.
A lot of the time, that's because the defenders stick to it. They realize how pivotal it is to maintain control.
Yeah, and they do tend to rotate almost exclusively. Defenders, that is, tend to rotate exclusively off of those white stairs, whereas the attackers usually take control of the red stairs. King Leo going to start us off here with a nice kill onto Shuttle. That's one of the roamers who was down in the library. And now these little holes that have been opened up by Elevate are going to work against them. Now, those holes, by the way, those were very clearly to counter BitterSweet GG's attack strategy.
Yep.
This is Elevate really reading into their Kafe attack.
And BitterSweet saying, okay, we know you've got our number, so we're just going to pick a new one.
There is counter-stratting going on here, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like you're reverse psychologying me right now. But nonetheless, guys, there is 1/3 of the round left to go. 4 on 5. Laxing has now maintained and started gathering control of these back stairs. Skies with his own kill there on a Trippin will take out the Hibana. And the mirror windows have not been opened up yet, so another fantastic shot there by Skies. Piano will be kept in control of Elevate. They're not going to give this up. No easy way for that to happen. And look, he sees him, goes for the shot. Can Skies get a 3K? Looking like he might. He's going to swing on over. Moss will swing in forward. Get Skies out of commission. 3 on 3, 20 seconds left to go. Laxing still on these back stairs. He's going to probably be the last one alive if Elevate doesn't finish off the rest of the guys here. Now we're going to try to see this plant go down, thinking they're trying to get right in front of the bar. Dave swinging on over, takes out England. We will have the plant go down very nicely. There it is. Looks like Chapstick, last man alive, going to be inside of the freezer. And he is now being swarmed around. He's got people on the left, people in front, people to the side. He tags one. Can he tag the other here, though? Looking for Thinking Nade, misses the shots, takes Moss. Oh, Thinking Nade's only 1 bullet left to lave.
Oh,
Look at that! Chapstick with a 3K clutch! It's going to be 3-0 right now. Elevate's going to lead the way. Chapstick, I don't know what you drank, if it was some of the prune juice that Adam had earlier, but it was well worth it.
How did he win that? What a fantastic clutch from Chapstick.
They surrounded him, but they were literally surrounding him and not even paying attention to where they were surrounding.
Okay, so we have to pay credit to Chapstick. Well played to him. But also, what the heck, BS? What the heck? That is so unfortunate to see for them. That was the round that they needed to start this comeback on Kafe. Clearly, they had a great execution. They managed to shut down the defense from Elevate GG, but Chapstick just said no.
Chapstick's like, nah, brah. Nah, brah.
Just nah, dude. It's not happening. What a fantastic clutch. All right, now we're going to have BS going on to their train room defense in an attempt to bring this back. They haven't been able to win the upstairs, and now they're going to try something different. I like that they're trying to mix things up here instead of force out the same site over and over again.
This is looking like it might be another 5-man off-site defense. We saw BitterSweet try this before, and if I recall correctly, it was very successful their first attempt.
Yeah, it kind of got read into, I believe, after that. But now the problem is though, Blood, like counter-stratting is so. Both of these teams are counter-stratting each other right now. I mean, BS is reading into Elevate's counter-stratting of them, and Elevate is clearly counter-stratting BS, and BS is clearly counter-stratting Elevate, so there's just like, who's going to mix it up the most becomes then the big question. So like, yes, we do have an offsite hold right now happening. It is awesome, and I love seeing it. But
they're just going for a very quick red stairs push.
And they have
they're
the
gonna open this up. They're gonna throw the smokes. Laxing gonna hold the window. England gonna hold the hallway. And Sky's gonna be like, I'm going in. A rush in. They realize no one's in sight. I don't think BS is ready for this.
So this is it. This is Elevate counter-striding BS very hard. And the fact that nice kill there from Skies.
Nice job by Skies. Now the gas grenades will come out, but Plant's already down. England's gonna swarm on in. He's gonna try to tag onto one kill. This is not gonna work out. BS running for their life.
Oh,
what are these shots?
England!
Come on, England! He's just gonna keep running. And now Matt and King Leo gonna be the last two alive. And there's gonna be the round. That's it. That's it. That is how you beat a 5-man offsite. You rush right in from red stairs and just say, toodaloo, and that's it.
I mean, Elevate very clearly. I talked about this before the round even started. Elevate very clearly were counter-striding that defense, and I mean, okay, BS read into their attack being countered. They read into the cocktail. Why didn't they read into the off-site? It's a strat that's situational that can be countered so easily because there isn't someone who... You're not putting a body in the way of the attack. You're not putting any actual person in the way to stopping Elevate from walking in through red hallway. And they were apparently were not prepared for that.
Yeah, and I think like as confident as I believe BitterSweet GG was about their Kafe pick, I still would not have taken Elevate to Kafe.
I think
this is looking like it's going to be a flawless 5-0.
I think just in a word, mistake. That's all it was, really. Elevate now are going on to their next train defense. They're looking
where they started off.
Yeah,
so
they were successful here, obviously, given the score line, but they're just looking to end things now with a 5-0. I mean, obviously, Elevate have been having a fantastic match thus far, but you know, there have been a couple mistakes also from BS. Let's be honest. I mean, that clutch from Chapstick, despite it being an amazing clutch, that was just great. It's one of those clutches that can only be attributed to the attackers. You know, it can only be attributed to the guys who are going against the guy who clutches. Because really, like, there's 3 people against one in an open engagement like that. Just point your gun at him and click mouse 1.
And honestly, he had 1 health left, or like 3 health left, so 1 bullet would have done the trick. But like, so not to take away, like you said, from Chapstick's amazing
it was great
clutch,
Chapstick. That was great.
But at the same time, in order to get a clutch of that magnitude, the opposing team needs to make mistakes, and they did.
So let's reference Penta versus Vitality.
And you're talking about the Pengu corner office on Consulate?
Exactly. That's the exact clutch. And yes, Pengu, amazing clutch from him. But he had 1 shot HP the whole time, and against 3 people, he still managed to win. And it's the same thing. It's just you need to have that initiative to take the fight and shoot the guy. And it just didn't happen. And sometimes the fundamentals, the basics, are what end up being the downfall. And that's exactly what we saw with BitterSweet in that particular round. Now, that next round was just a straight counter-strike. It was just Elevate, hey, they're going to go a 5-man off-site. Let's just waltz on into sight. And it was a great take from them. Good read by Elevate. Now, BitterSweet, they're in a sticky situation where they really do need to step it up here.
It's ironic, too, because you say counter-strat, and a lot of people think, okay, it's very in-depth analysis on counter-stratting and strats.
So basic.
So like their counter-stratting can be as simple as just rush in and take advantage of the opportunity.
That's the thing, is that the defense set up from BS on their trainer it's so easily countered. I mean, let's be honest, it's a really nifty strat. I love it. It is so cool to see. And if the attacking team chooses to go with the slow strategy and come from the top-down take, it works really well. But when you're dealing with somebody who knows you're going to be doing it, all you have to do is rush into sight. You just got to rush into sight. Just go and do it, you know? And now, that's exactly what happened.
We have 50 seconds left. First engagement looking like it's going to come out here between Shuttle and Trippin. Now, I don't think Trippin knows of this long angle there, and there's 1 pop shot. Wonderful shot by Shuttle. Now, we also saw Moss move, saw the handle right there of the gun. Now, he's going to go for the shots there. The drop shot from Ash, though, will come on out. Moss will get on top of that kill. Laxing, however, will take out Thinking Nade in return, and that's going to be a 3-2 now. However, Moss has taken massive damage. He doesn't realize someone's in the train to his left. He's going to pop the shot there into the head of England. Now, Chapstick, unfortunately, has hidden away, and that is fortunate. He's going to snag one kill. Could he get mossed to the wall? Not just yet.
He needs the
but
ace.
a 3-on-1, and that's not going to happen. Laxing swings on through. That's going to be a 5-0 victory here from Elevate, and that is why you stay away from Kafe if you're going up against Elevate GG.
I mean, Continuum did manage to beat Elevate a long time ago on Kafe, but then they lost to Elevate on Kafe in the rematch. I mean, in the same season. So you do not bring Elevate to Kafe, especially when they have VODs to reference. And in this case, Elevate did have VODs to reference going up against BitterSweet GG, and it will be a swift round or map 1 victory for Elevate GG.
So, I mean, there are highlights for this match. We're going to get underway with them right now. My assumption is that they're mostly going to go in favor of Elevate here.
Yeah, no, almost certainly. I cannot wait to see that clutch again. It was great from chat. Here it is, the 1 versus 3. He had full HP to start, but it came down to the last bullet.
So he tagged one. I thought he got the headshot there of Sledge, but he didn't.
And then Sledge, just barely not managed to get that kill.
Yep.
And the nice snap from Chapstick on a Moss.
So he's just sweeps on over to that one, and then ultimately this is when it was 1 health against 1 health, and it's just who's going to come up.
And hit the shot. And it was Chapstick.
He actually shot it through the bar unit. Which, if that whole bar unit is destructible, or not destructible, but penetrable, that should have been an easy kill there for Sledge.
No.
1 miss, 2 miss.
No, it was
No,
more.
missed his knee.
He missed a couple
7
early.
miss, 8 miss.
A bunch.
Oh, he got his kneecap. He tagged his kneecap. He got down there on the stairs.
He did it, England. You got him. That was a nice 1 tap there from Shuttle. And you can tell.
Production is mean.
You can tell not a lot of highlights for that match.
Very quick.
And it was a 5-0. Let's be real about the circumstance there. This was not
I mean,
what we saw previously.
So BitterSweet showed tremendous potential going up against Infamy. They may have met their match. This being their pick, they may have met their match, but we still have map number 2 underway.
Yes.
And so we are going to get underway with Chalet, our second potentially final, or potentially next to the final map for this best of 3 series. Again, Elevate GG won the first map. We just witnessed that on Kafe. Second map is going to be played on Chalet. Let's head on into the game and pick up the operators that the teams are going to be selecting. Now, again, we talk about this. The winner goes to the playoffs. The loser does not, and the loser is out of this Pro League. However, they will go through relegations to potentially get back into Season 3 and ultimately at another chance to get to that Brazil lane.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about how exciting GamesCon is. Can't wait for Sao Paulo. That's going to be amazing. But all the same, here we have a BitterSweet starting on defense, Elevate on attack. And yeah, no, let's talk about beating their match. You talked about earlier, you talked about how they played against Infamy. And BitterSweet had a good run against Infamy. And now they're coming up against Elevate GG, and that was just a sweep on the first map. Now, will we see a comeback from BitterSweet? Now, we might on Chalet. You know, we obviously know that Elevate GG is proficient on Kafe.
I mean, we did see Infamy take the first of 3 maps against BitterSweet.
Right. But what I wanted to reference there is that Infamy is another Challenger League team going up against BitterSweet GG, also a Challenger League team. These teams are familiar with each other. They've played against each other before, and their metas as Challenger League teams, well, as previously Challenger League teams, now Pro League teams, of course, but their metas as previous Challenger League teams are slightly different than Elevate. Whoa, Elevate!
Did they just rush right in? Shuttle gonna push in. He goes for tripping.
What?
He's gonna take a double kill
How
there.
is this working?
What is this? Just another rush? Elevate knows that the prep time of BitterSweet and their timing is not perfect, so they're gonna take advantage of it. They've now rushed on in. They've lost England, but that's okay because they got Trippin and Dave. But they have lost Shuttle and Chapstick. Diffuser was not planted, and this is unfortunately what looked like an Elevate GG victory on round 1. Now they are struggling to survive. Diffuser will be inside of the trophy, untouched, with Laxing and Sky's last 2 alive.
You know what? I have to say, and this is weird for me to say because this doesn't sound right coming out, but I think if Elevate loses this round, I think you can attribute it to the fact that we didn't have all 5 of the Elevate players commit to rushing it. If we had more Elevate players inside to cover, we probably would have seen this be a straight-up Elevate victory. That was a really nice attempt there in rush. And now the slow game's going to come out in a 2 versus 3. Elevate could still bring this back.
This reminds me of, like, nothing against the Pro League teams at all. It reminds me of like a casual match where like a lot of action happens in the first 30 seconds, and then it goes down to like a one-on-one, one-on-two,
and then
you're sitting around for 3.5 minutes while someone just stares.
And they're just waiting patiently for someone to peek under an angle, and it's like, yeah, now that's kind of what's going to happen now. Elevate has lost the momentum of the round, and now they have to play the slow game and wait for Moss to give them the advantage back.
So this round will go to BitterSweet if they play the patient game.
Yeah.
If they do not peek, if they do not try to engage in the one-on-one.
Oh no,
However,
the patient game's not working. Flashbangs.
It will not. Skies tagging down Moss. Now, I was about to say, I thought that was a yokai, but I think that was the flashbang of Sky. King Leo tries to swing back in. He'll be taken out by Skies now. This will most likely go into the hands of Elevate. Diffuser has been planted. There's a very nice crossfire between Thinking Nate here. Laxing calls it on out. Sky's going to go for a push, strafes the ground, goes for a long toss, gets another kill. I believe that was a 3K for Skies.
Well played to Elevate, and good recovery there. Mostly you could attribute that to Skies. I like the early aggression from the rest of the team, of course, but you know, the recovery wouldn't have come through if you didn't have an Ash with flashbangs and who knows how to use them.
England.
England, get out of here, man. Leave. Gotta stop with that.
Don't pull a Fabian. Don't pull a Fabian.
Can't do that, man. You can't be doing that to us, man.
I still have nightmares.
We have weak hearts, okay? They flutter like baby birds. All right, now we are going to have Elevate GG going on to defense of the basement instead of the trophy room and kitchen first, which is a little abnormal, but to each their own. Both of the bomb sites are perfectly viable. Meanwhile, still unable to win a single round, BitterSweet are thrust back onto attack. First time for this map, though. They really need to start the momentum back in their favor. I mean, that was a really nice try on that last round. Moss with the, you know, retaking of the B bomb site. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to hold against the flashbang Ash. There's not much you can do about that. You know, and
now,
it's understandable.
Does that mute jammer we just saw Skies put down, does that prevent Hibana on the the hatch? If the corner connector, if we go to connector real quick, there's a mute jammer on the box.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Will that stop the charge of the corner drop?
I imagine if you don't put it on the far end of the drop down, like if you try to put it on maybe the middle and the corner towards the northwest,
so if they're just lackadaisical about it.
Yeah. But if they put it on the southeast most corner of that drop down, I think it will. If you Hibana charge it, not a thermite. I think it'll get all the thermites.
Yeah.
But that's on BS, of course. You know, Hibana charges are, you know, you shoot one and then you can't detonate it. You can't pick it back up. You got to shoot another.
So there should be a mechanic where like you spend 30 seconds or so peeling off each and every pellet, reload it.
You take out a flathead screwdriver, you start jimmying it off. You're just like, oh, get it down. Oh, no, okay, it's popping off. Let's go. Now we are seeing a BitterSweet starting to take control over the building, starting with the first floor. Not really. Wow, an engagement between Laxing and Moss will result in both being lit up, but neither being taken out. And yeah, no, what I was trying to say there before that quick engagement, BitterSweet, they're just prioritizing first floor control over top floor, which is abnormal. We are leaving. They still have Shuttle on top.
Shuttle is still up here inside of the library. Dave knows that someone's up here. It looks as though Shuttle may have been droned out, so Dave's just going to hold on to the angle right now. But at the same time, with Shuttle's speed, he has the ability to try to push out here momentarily and go for basically charge on that.
Oh, no.
There it is. He's going to look to get the shots there, and a very good collapse by King Leo and Dave.
Yeah.
Tremendous good communication.
Unfortunately, we will not have Shuttle able to get either kill, but he did waste a lot of time. We are down to a single minute here, and on this bar take coming out from BitterSweet, and they do have the man advantage, so maybe this is where their comeback starts.
Now Laxing is going to be up on top of the garage, or sorry, on top of the garbage cans, where he most likely won't be seen, won't be detected until he decides it's time to go for an engagement.
It's a very dangerous position to play, but it can work for you.
We will see England fall to Dave. Again, that's going to be the Blackbirds picking up a kill here. 3 on 5, 35 seconds left to go. Laxing has committed to now challenging this shots. Looks like Trippin will fall, so will Moss. But Trippin was able to tag down Chapstick first.
Let's just all challenge them one by one and get taken out. Oh, good
Back
job
and
by
forth.
Laxing.
Now a 2-on-1. Thinking Nate and King Leo versus Skies. Skies holding on to a very small angle. But I would. Oh! Skies! I don't even think you were thinking about that. You just wanted to get the buck, and he's like, oh, they lined up for me?
No.
Oh, baby! That round will go to Elevate 1-0 here on Chalet.
You know, it's hard. It sucks to harp on, but we're talking about mistakes, and in a 2 versus 1, you have full control over the bomb site, and you're both strafing into each other, and you line up perfectly for Skies to get that nice double kill to lock out the round.
Yes, that was a mistake. Well, one of the things I wanted to highlight though with BitterSweet though, and this goes back to how we saw them play previously against Infamy. Both teams, Infamy and BitterSweet, had their timing down perfectly.
Yeah, they did have a really good time.
And so, what I want to highlight on that last round was the collapse between Dave and King Leo onto, I believe that was Shuttle, the Jaeger in Library.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right.
And so are we going top 4 here? We are going top 4.
Okay, so you're trying to talk about the timing, which is amazing, by the way. Good point. BitterSweet does have fantastic timing. Good collapse. I also like how they didn't try to focus on Master and Office. They just went in through Trophy and Kitchen. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a top floor defense on Chalet. This almost never happens. It happened against me once, way back in like season 3. Yeah, it was a year 1, season 3. But it doesn't happen often.
So that means this is going to be uncharted territory for Elevate and BitterSweet because we haven't seen.
BitterSweet probably practices, of course.
Definitely, but they have not played it in the Pro League yet, and therefore Elevate also has not necessarily seen BitterSweet's hold of it.
The thing is, though, what we've seen so far from BitterSweet is every time they've done a pocket strat like this, or, well, not a pocket strat necessarily, but like a pocket anything, pocket position, pocket anything at all, Elevate's just kind of brute force their way into winning that engagement.
Oops, Sky's waiting for the shot, waiting for the, there, he sees him, goes for the kill, a nice job by Jay Shuttle.
Yeah.
Just swings on in with a shotgun in hand and says, get out of my library.
As long as he dies, it doesn't really matter who to, I suppose.
Now, it looks as though we will have, I want to say that might be Trippin. Trippin or Dave. Just got flashbanged outside by L.
Interesting that we don't have, ooh, I like this. Dave can hold the ladder there. So he can deny balcony via the ladder, however you can repel onto that. Laxing's going to take out Chapstick. That's a nice shot there by Laxing to finish off his teammate.
And we will have Moss trying to go onto Jay Shuttle. He doesn't have a C4 though. Instead, he's got that shield, so he won't be able to toss it. However, he doesn't need it to finish off Shuttle there.
So this is the raw creativity that we've seen from BitterSweet in the past shining through here, and I think it's working so far in this round.
Now we do have Skies trying to rush in forward, tags the kill there onto Moss, and then now has to engage with Dave. Dave's going to toss out that gas grenade, allow him some time to retreat. However, Sky's taking a little bit more damage. Don't quite know from who, though.
That was from Trippin from behind on those back end stairs, the west stairs. And now he's going to be underneath the entirety of these attackers, waiting for his opportunity. Capital.
Here inside of that great room stairs, the fireplace stairs, working his way up.
Trippin's waiting for England to get aggressive on that angle, and he won't.
Now what we haven't seen Elevate do since basically the start of this round has been droning. Sky's now gonna hop on the drone, will spot out Trippin, and he's gonna say, do we go for it? I think he wants to. He wants to go and challenge him.
Ooh, and Trippin's gonna be able to make his way back into dining. That's really bad for Elevate. That's gonna stall out this round even more. With only 30 seconds to go, they need to make a push happen here.
Now we are gonna have fire arrows come on out. Thinking Nade inside of the jacuzzi will stay safe and sound. And looks like we're going to have a bathroom window push. Laxing moves on in. I don't know how Nate didn't get the kill, but unfortunately that could be the nail in the coffin. We are going to have England get injured, though, as Skies gets taken out of commission. Laxing going to try to go for the push, though, or try to go for the revive, and it looks as though Dave in there sweeps up one kill. Now a one-on-one. The Deagle comes on out, but the shot from behind. Trippin'. Wonderful flank there, popping in from the L window to come in through bathroom and just say, later.
Alligator?
Later, nerd. Got him.
Got him. Rip, got him gaming. Now 2-1 as BitterSweet managed to win their first round of this entire set. So what happened there for Elevate GG? How did they lose that round? They waltzed right into a counter. They started their take with Library, and it was clear that from the start that BitterSweet were counting on that. They were expecting it. They had a mirror window on the chimney side of Library wall. I mean, they had somebody playing in Library, stalled it out for about 20 seconds. Didn't do much, to be honest. Then that guy in Chimney stalled it out for another 40 seconds. And then after that, after Elevate had taken control of Library, they were like, wait a minute. With Library control, we have almost nothing. This gives us nothing in this attack. It affords us 0 options. And then they started to rotate over to the bathroom of Master, and there was just not enough time left in that time at that point. Also, they had lost too many people grinding it out in Library. Nice defense there from BitterSweet. Love that pocket strategy. Now, Elevate GG. Also worth noting is that BitterSweet has yet to go onto the bar defense, which I believe they were very successful on previously when they played Chalet. Now, Elevate GG going to be going on to the kitchen defense, kitchen trophy defense. Still in the lead, despite losing that last round.
Another typical Valkyrie camera here being tossed outside. We are not seeing BitterSweet pick up an IQ, though, and I don't know if that's because they have their own plan or whether it is just an oversight on seeing how useful and how common it is to have Valkyrie cameras outside, or they're just underestimating the power of the information it gives.
Yeah, this Thinking Nade, where he is right now, is this an old strategy, opening up underneath the B-bomb site with the buck. That's actually kind of fallen out of the meta, and it seems like Thinking Nade's trying to bring it back into the meta. And it works, it absolutely works. So we'll see if that's going to be able to afford BitterSweet another round, or if Elevate's just going to be able to waltz around those holes.
He's going to rotate back upstairs, so we are going to see the drop hatch get opened up.
That first hole he's opening up there gives him complete control over the hallway, the main hallway where you rotate from A to B.
Now we do have one member that's going to be Shuttle on the defensive squad inside of the library. And now Shuttle waiting for someone to peek on out. He's got a nice tight angle on the master bedroom rotation. However, with King Leo, we could potentially rotate into the offices undetected. Looks as though Trippin will fall, though, by Skies. 4 on 3, or 4 on 5, as Shuttle's still trying to hold that top floor. Now, Laxing has managed to get his way up there as well.
This is a very heavy roam coming out from Elevate here, waiting for their moment to pounce, but meanwhile the anchors are taking out players one by one.
And
Skies
there it is.
Chapstick.
Now that third kill is going to be the cue for Elevate to move in forward. King Leo going to take out Laxing, though, and say, no, keep your distance. We don't want you here. Now a 4 on 2 is going to persist. Dave and King Leo, last 2 alive for the attacking squad. King Leo realizes, oh, some shots going on through. Jay Shuttle doesn't realize it, but he's going to push him outside. King Leo then smacks him down silly, not with the hammer, but with the L85. Now he's got a 3 on 2.
Nice attempt at a comeback here from King Leo. He's on the only 2 kills of the round for his team, but Dave's going to push his way into West Lobby.
Ooh,
He tags
onto 1. Can he smack another? No, he cannot. England takes that MPX and whacks him over the head with it. Now a 1 on 2. King Leo going to be the last man alive. 25 seconds to go.
He's got a 4K to get this.
He will have to 4K it. Now he's going to be looking down through the holes, or through the floors that have been opened up. Skies almost being spotted there. However, we will see Skies tucked away inside of the corner by the window. He knows that King Leo is moving it forward, and there's going to be some shots by England inside of Dining to finish off the round, and we're going to have Elevate up 3-1 now.
Some high fives coming in there at the end. Elevate's got to be feeling confident after that 5-0, and now 3-1 on Chalet. They just need 2 more rounds to finish this off and move it into, well, push themselves into the playoffs. Bar Gaming Room finally going to be coming out for BitterSweet, and this is what we wanted to see, ladies and gentlemen. Will Elevate GG have an answer for it, or will they not have adequately countered the BitterSweet defense of the bar? I mean, they were very successful the last time they brought themselves here.
So with this, I mean, we are seeing some new stuff come out from BitterSweet. I like the top 4 hold. We're going to be seeing the Bar and Gaming Room hold now from BitterSweet. They are taking this map and saying, you know what people normally do on it? That's not us. Now, because we haven't necessarily seen all of BitterSweet's tactics, this could lead them to another win here. giving them another shot at coming back, because it would be 3-2 if we can see a BitterSweet victory on this hold.
Yeah, the comeback is absolutely, there's so much potential here for BitterSweet. They have, I love the innovation that they've shown us in the Pro League thus far through this season. And it would be a bummer to not see them move forward in the playoffs, but you have to pay respects and tribute to the fact that Elevate is just a very sound team. They're definitely the newest, we should say the newest Titan North America team, but they are a Titan North America team. They are one of those teams that have such strong fundamentals. No matter what you throw at them, they can always recover. And I think this round is really going to be what solidifies that if they manage to win. But if BitterSweet manage to bring it back here, then that will be BitterSweet saying, hey, you know what? We can deal with this too. We can compete at this level against Elevate GG.
A very good dodge of that C4 by Shuttle. He just got onto his drone, heard the C4 ripped, and backed on out of there. He did spot King Leo, though, looking on through the drop hatch. So he's going to use his second and last drone to take another peek.
Okay, I like those Thatchers. That's going to open it up for Habana to be able to open up that wall into Bar. And disabling that angle, that's like the fallback position for BitterSweet. Now BitterSweet doesn't have that. They also can't play their mirror window, and they've completely disabled this hold. Elevate is looking very strong here.
So Laxing will take out King Leo inside of the library. Nade's going to grab a shot down onto Skies for the trade. But with 1:30 to go, it's looking like we still might see this in the hands of BS. There's a very nice shot from the library as Dave picked up the kill into Shuttle.
So the problem here for Elevate is that they just haven't disabled this library. And the vertical control is basically killing them here.
Now Nade, he's actually sitting inside of the bar, almost getting picked off there by England. We are going to have Moss. He's inside. He's going to be droned on out, pinged down low. Pistol shot's going to come on out. Now he has been injured. And I wonder if they're going to force out a use of the fire arrow to kill him out. No, it's just going to be some shots through the couch. And now a 3-on-3. Dave still upstairs, tripping and thinking Nade. Both drastically hurt against a full-fledged armored 3 members here.
What was that?
Wonderful shot there by Chapstick, picking off thinking Nade. Dave still trying to hold down the fort. Now, if he can maintain control, he has the potential to keep this in favor of... Oh, there he goes. He will drop Diffuser, however, he has been injured in the process as well. 1-on-2, 1-on-1. Trippin gets the kill. This is a successful hold. Wonderful job with Trippin and about 3 health.
He was one shot to whatever gun decided to shoot at him, but unfortunately, he got the jump on the Thatcher there. That's going to be, well, fortunately for them, that's going to be a BitterSweet now, pushing it into 2-3. Still in the favor of Elevate GG, of course, but they are keeping their hopes alive here on Chalet. Let's talk about why Elevate lost that round. You can pretty much chalk it up to the fact that they didn't pressure Library at all. They didn't take control over that Library, and because of that, Dave on his castle was allowed to sit up on the drop down and take apart the attack one player at a time. Now Wine Cellar coming out for Elevate GG.
I'm trying to figure out where King Leo died, though, in that round, because he was the Jaeger inside a library, and he got taken out of commission about halfway through the round. So I don't know if he was re-peeking through the hatch and someone picked him up, and then Dave decided to take on that position after he was killed.
Well, whatever the case be, you know, as long as there's one defender still in library who's given the freedom to look down that drop down, you really cannot plan in the game room. There's no options there. What would have been cool to see from Elevate is if they had rotated a little bit harder, maybe gone for a lobby take. There's a couple other options, but you know, overall, unfortunately, because they didn't apply the pressure they needed to apply to library, that's pretty much what cost them the round. I like that the way they tried to skirt around it, though. They had
a part
really
of me was expecting once the Hibana opened up the bar to do a lobby take, open up another one, just go in right there, because I doubt that they're going to have holes from above.
You're absolutely right. And that's what I was thinking, too. Once I saw that Thatcher come down, I was like, oh, it's going to be a lobby take. And then we just didn't see a lobby take. I mean, the problem with a lobby take, obviously, is that you're exposing yourself so much crossing that lobby. You've got so many other things you have to clear, like dining, top of lobby, that balcony. I mean, it's a big risk. But I don't know. I mean, just trying to challenge from outside the gaming windows obviously didn't work. We are going to have BitterSweet now, clearing out the trophy room. Looks like it's going to be a Wine Cellar take. They're just going to be clearing out that trophy, or actually it might not be. Let's see where they have their players. No, this is going to be, appears to be a gaming take. Not a gaming take, sorry. A bar snowmobile.
Now, Laxing will get
Or just
spotted
streetcar.
out there. We saw on the back stairs he's going to rotate down all the way. However, we have Shuttle. Again, this is why you do not push into that main lobby. He spots Dave, will take out the Blackbeard early on in the round, and unfortunately that's not going to bid well for BS. Laxing going without long Commando Pro knife and doesn't do anything, nor does the C4, but he still skirts away without taking a single point of damage.
Could you imagine? That knife could have done anything. Oh my gosh, what would this game be?
I tell you exactly what this game could be, but we're not going to mention it. Now a 5-on-4 as Shuttle is still here inside of the library, dominating this top. He's looking for Moss, tags him down, but cannot get the final shot. Turns around, and by the back stairs, King Leo swings on up with that SMG-11.
And there's that coordination from BitterSweet that we've seen before that is just so solid. You know, Moss making the push happen, and then King Leo's like, all right, my teammate's into trouble. I'm going to push with you, friendo, and just making the push happen at the same time. So now Elevate are actually the ones on the back foot. We might see 3-3, even out the scoreline here for BitterSweet. That'd be pretty cool to see. Maybe a third map even. BitterSweet really coming into their own here on Chalet.
Now, Skies is going to be tucked away inside of the wine cellar closet. King Leo has this middle drop hatch, connector drop hatch opened up, and he's just waiting for the first sign that someone's going to be in here. And England is right there, waiting for it. Now, if he moves over to the right anymore, he risks potential of falling down. There's a gas grenade. England going to push him back. Chapstick picking up the kill into Trippin. Now, because they have not cleared out this mirror yet,
the diffuser's down.
Diffuser has been taken down. A 3-on-2 England and Chapstick, last two alive.
Oh,
So
thinking
A trying to come in from around. Moss going to swing on in. Last man's going to be trapped inside. Some wallbangs going on through. There's England. He will not get the shots down. He does take out Moss, but Thinkinade will sweep in from behind and finish him off.
You know what I freaking love about that round? I just want to say, Moss coming in just with a quick rush. When I saw the Mira die, I thought the Mira died to that buck coming from Wine Cellar hallway.
Yeah.
I thought that was what happened, but no, it was just fantastic timing. Again, knowing when your teammate is challenging the angle and challenging at the same time. We don't see many teams do that.
We don't see many teams do it, and I guarantee you that the 5 players on BitterSweet you're seeing right now, they are not saying, oh, I'm going for the push. This is called synergy.
It's just, yeah, understanding.
This is called synergy, ladies and gentlemen. When you know exactly what your team is doing and you can help coordinate your own efforts right in alignment, it is called perfect team synergy and situational awareness.
Yeah, and BitterSweet certainly has more of it than most teams that we see. I mean, despite the fact that they got 5-0 on Kafe, and you know they've tied it out now on Chalet. You know, their gameplay is solid, their fundamentals are good, and their strategy is innovative. And then on top of that, they have the synergy to beat all other teams. And
the synergy and situational awareness is not going to win you series.
Right.
It will get you close. It will get you a headline. It might even get you an organization to pick you up. But it is not necessarily one that is going to be able to carry you to land.
Wrong button, unfortunately, there for Mass, but that's okay. Only a couple seconds. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I think the thing to center around, wow, that was close for Moss. I was about to get really worried. But I think the thing to center around for BS is that, you know, they're still a new team. They're still a pretty darn new team.
They're still developing.
And the thing that gives Elevate such a leg up in the match, or should give them a leg up in this match, is their fundamentals and experience. Despite the fact that a lot of them come from Xbox, they still have a very deep core understanding of the game comparatively. And I you know, over time, as BitterSweet develops as a team, I think that they're going to really come into just being something monstrous to look forward to seeing play.
Now, King Leo is going to be inside of the bar, challenging this push in from Skies in the west vestibule.
And it might even be today. But yeah, Elevate looking to clear out that library, looking to clean out the gaming room. They're going to start from below here.
So we're going to see a 1-1-3 split. However, Moss has decided to get back onto the main floor, possibly back further down. King Leo getting droned out here. You heard the drone. Wasn't necessarily identified, but he will be removed from play by Shuttle.
That's a good initial pick there for Shuttle, using your game sense. You know, one of the things about Buck is that if you have game sense to know where you're going to be dealing with enemies, or if you have teammates to drone for you, either one, just opening up those unreinforced walls and then instantly switching to your rifle can get you so many kills. And that's, you know, obviously Shuttle really displaying that for us here.
Now, we've talked a lot previously when on Chalet about how important the roam game is.
And we don't see one.
And we don't see a huge one coming out, especially on this bottom bomb site. We saw Moss at the very top. He got back under site. Okay, what to do? A little roam game. King Leo played the most significant one, and he actually got taken out. Laxing, though, will peek in here from the backyard stairs, finding a very vulnerable Moss and just removing him. Now a 5-on-3, 50 seconds left to go. Shuttle still trying to open up some of the floor here, as we have Chapstick looking like he wants to open up garage, I guess?
Yeah, it's good. It was starting out to be a bar drop-down snowmobile take, which we've seen a lot of. But it's kind of all over the place. Elevate's just getting the picks where they can, and they have the man advantage, so it shouldn't really matter where they come from at this point.
Now 30 seconds to go. Dave's still going to move away over in 2. I believe that is going to be the connector. Looks like Laxing takes out one as Jay Shuttle takes out another, thinking they're going to be the last man alive. This is the spot where Sky's got a double kill because they lined up, but I don't necessarily think there's going to be 5 members from Elevate lining up.
It's more likely to be a perfect round from Elevate.
Oh, he's got to go for the deagle kill. The disrespect. The disrespect here. Goes for the kill. He gets it. Laxing, what are you doing, man? Picking off the headshot kill there to just finish off Thinking Nade. That's going to be the round going to Elevate.
What a shot from Lax. What a shot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are on match point for Elevate GG, as well as series point. BitterSweet GG need to make something miraculous happen here.
Yep, so this is match point, this is series point, this is playoff point. The winner of this series, which right now is looking like it's in favor of Elevate, will go into that second place seed coming out of Group B to then face Excellence next week.
Yep, and that's going to be, whoa, that is going to be a match. I mean,
whew. So the seed 2, the second place team coming out of Group B will play the first place team in Group A, and vice versa next week.
Yeah.
Because this is the Group B decider match, this means the winner will go on to play Excellence. Winner from the matchup which we just got finished watching earlier this evening, Flipside and Continuum, that was second place Group A, meaning that was Flipside that won. They're going to go up against Vertical Gaming in the playoffs next week.
That is an age-old match. That has been I mean, that's going to be a great one.
Yeah, that
everyone on both of those teams know each other as best friends.
Yep.
You know, like that is going to be one to write home about. I mean,
that's basically going to be like a Team Vitality and Supremacy match, basically.
Right. Yeah, essentially. But all the same, we still have this match going on here. Oh, and the losers between those two matches, by the way, that we've gone in the playoffs, because there are 3 teams that qualify for North America to go to LAN. The losers from those 2 matches in the playoffs will go on to fight each other again in a decider match, and the winner from that will be our 3rd team coming out of North America to go to LAN.
Now, Shuttle seems to love the library. I don't know how much of a bookworm he is, but he is loving this library. He's always found in here. Now, before he was pinched with King Leo and Dave, and he might have that same fate because Moss is droning him out right now along with Trippin.
So he's doing a pretty good job of stalling out time here in this top floor. However, he has allowed Moss and King Leo to get onto his balcony, and that's pretty much step number 1 in losing a library hold.
Perfect timing. They're both opening up this at the perfect time. However, Shuttle has rotated around, goes for the King. Oh, King Leo!
Bad timing.
Just saying, doink, gets him on out.
Yeah, that was not a good rush there from Shuttle, unfortunately, trying to shift W to that window, go for the run out. It will give the man advantage now soundly in favor of BitterSweet, but more importantly, not a lot of time wasted. Still half the round for BitterSweet to make their execution happen onto this top floor. And they even have a Buck to open up everything to give complete visibility to BitterSweet onto the site.
Now, I don't think they're paying too much attention to Laxing inside of the bar. But as I say that, I think Moss spotted him out. Oh, wonderful shots going on through. Laxing will be injured and then taken out of commission here shortly. Wonderful job. Thinking they'd also finishing off Skies. This is looking like BitterSweet's not ready to give up just yet. It's going to be a 5-on-2. Chapstick's going to be inside of the trophy as England taking it hold here inside of the jungle of the dining room.
We've seen more incredible clutches, but with England being flashbanged right now, I don't think it's going to happen for Elevate.
Now Dave actually is inside of the trophy. He's going to be challenging onto Chapstick all around. He is being surrounded. King Leo peeking on out from dining room. We are going to see this go into overtime 4-4.
What a fantastic job by BitterSweet to deny that absolute lockout from Elevate GG. Now, the question remains, though, will Elevate GG be able to turn back up? Because they were having a very solid early map on Chalet, and they have since let it slip away, sure, but very narrowly. That last round was the only decisive win we've seen thus far for BitterSweet. Now, Elevate GG have gotten defense for their first overtime round, and on the contrast, BitterSweet will be on the attack. Elevate's choosing to go into the kitchen trophy room, which is interesting considering how decisively they just lost it in the prior match. Or prior round. You know what's really interesting is that 2 of the rounds, I think the only 2 rounds that BitterSweet won on defense were actually could be wrong about this, but I think on their off rotation, on Master and Bar. I'm trying to think now.
That was their only 2 defensive holds. They won a basement, I believe. No, they won this kitchen trophy. I don't know what their third one was.
They won an attack on a kitchen trophy, and then they won, and whatever the case be, their defenses have been very much centered around a master hold and a kitchen, sorry, not a kitchen, I'm so used to saying kitchen on Chalet, a bar gaming hold. This is just so uncommon, and I love seeing it from BitterSweet. Trippy going to start things off with a nice kill in disguise. That's the top frag for, I believe the top frag for Elevate GG, one of the players who has been really stepping up in this match, off the board now. That's a really good kill to have early on. Especially a pulse. I mean, on
that's a pulse. That's a C4. That's a skies. I mean,
that's a kill basically.
That's
yeah, there is skies. Second frag position right next to his buddy Laxing.
And that's the dual roaming game, or roamers that we always see paired together, and they always do a fantastic job.
Yeah, well, on this map so far, I think he's been actually anchoring for the most part.
Yep.
Using his pulse heartbeat sensor, of course, to get that C4 kill onto any potential customers from above him. In this instance, it's not going to happen, though. Thinking Nate's going to have free reign to open up as many holes as he wants.
Now, with that pulse taken out of commission, we will see a little bit more...
Shuttle needs to make this roam game happen. If he cannot win this roam engagement, then he will...
Well, no, he will not win this roam engagement. Flashbang's going to come on in, and there he goes. Swings on around. Moss making it look way too easy.
We've been seeing a lot of that from Moss and Skies tonight, and it really is a nice clear there. Now, Elevate is, again, in the same position they were in the previous round, just a couple minutes prior, and they need to win a 3 versus 5 in order to push it into a 5-4 for their favor.
I think it's worth noting, though, that there's not too much pressure, and as I say that, Dave actually goes over to the window. There's not too much pressure that's actually being put onto the trophy.
Yeah, they do have that drop down open, but you're right. Dave has only just now made his way to the B-bomb site. There is obviously King Leo also pressuring from the main hallway, the main lobby. We have Dave now pushing onto that kitchen window. It looks like it's just going to be a main lobby push. It's all going to come down to England, and if he can get a kill or 2 here holding this. Nice, that's a good start for him, taking out King Leo.
So England's still going to stay inside of the dining, gets rid of some drones, but he does get tagged, I believe, from above. That's going to be Thinking Nate. Last man alive, 2 men alive. Going to be Laxing underneath inside a big garage. He's trying to rotate back on over, and you've got Chapstick with about 15 health, 10 to 15 health inside of the trophy lounge. Now Moss does not have diffuser, but that's going to be tripping. He will try to get this plant. Chapstick hears it, but he knows he can't do too much about it. So plant will go down. He's going to look for some shots, but misses his target with that SMG-11. Moss trying to swing on around. Looks like a double drop shot as Laxing swings over, gets a double kill. Dave's going to be outside kitchen window. Chapstick going to go and challenge this, and he will get detected. However, the shot comes in. Nade from above, looking for the kill there onto Laxing.
Oh.
Laxing gets a double kill, and he's going to get the quad! Laxing with the quad kill! Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, and he has plenty of time. He's going to secure this first round of overtime.
What an insane clutch from Laxing, getting that old happy jiggle at the end there. Ladies and gentlemen, he should not have won that round, yet he did. He prevailed against all odds. A buck above him, a Blackbeard on a head glitch window.
A buck above him, a Blackbeard aside of him, and he had 2 others that he just decided to annihilate.
The Blackbeard alone playing on that kitchen window, he's got a shield in front of his face. He cannot possibly lose that, and he still, unfortunately, did lose that. Laxing stepping way up on Chalet.
The one thing is, if you are crouched, can you hit that without being seen from the window?
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I don't know.
Because at first I was
actually don't know exactly what you're referencing.
Because the diffuser was planted on the side of kitchen.
No. The Blackbeard
he would have been
seen.
seen.
Yeah, he
Okay.
would have been seen. He had to get the kill before he could get the defuse.
I was gonna say
100%.
he either had to challenge that
Well,
or risk Blackbeard rotating around through the trophy window.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because the diffuse planet was planted at default spot, which is the corner, the southwest corner of the kitchen. So yeah, he had to kill that Blackbeard. What a clutch from Laxing. Now, BitterSweet, they did win this master defense. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to actually see, wow, look at those 13 frags.
5 seconds to go.
I mean,
Also, hey,
when
look
you
at
get a
BitterSweet.
4K.
Look at BitterSweet for a second. 7, 6, 7, 6.
What a
7.
beautiful palindrome.
Yes, thank you, BitterSweet. This is BitterSweet. You know, they've got a lot. We talked about team synergy. It is their team that is making them compete now with Elevate GG. It has nothing to do with an individual just stepping it up in the moment. It is just a solid play from across the whole board.
In all honesty, even if BitterSweet does not come out of this as the victor, I would hope that they keep their same roster, because there are little things that they can tweak, but I don't want them to change. I don't want them to try to say, oh, there's a quote-unquote more statistically superior player,
Yeah.
but he won't mix as well as these 5 players we're seeing on BitterSweet.
It's just the fundamentals that they need to work on, and that's stuff that comes with time. Just time. Grind it out. You know, we've seen so many times, I'm not going to reference any specific teams, but we've seen so many times a team lose a match like this, a super important match like this, and then change their roster, mix up 1 player, 2 players, 3 players, whatever. And, well, 2 players at the most, actually. You can't do more than 2 in one increment. And we've seen that be the downfall of those teams. We've seen that be the reason that they go into not having success later in their careers. And I just don't want to see that with BitterSweet. I completely agree with you here. Now, we are seeing Elevate GG. Let's talk about this for a second. We're seeing Elevate GG take from Library again. Now, this really did not work for them the first time, but they have been much more efficient in this instance. No players lost, full control over Library, still half the round. At the same time, what do they do now with Library control? Because they have to push themselves through this nice little bottleneck that BitterSweet have set themselves up for.
Now, to me, it's a little confusing as to why they don't necessarily also push in through Trophy and Kitchen and play underneath.
I mean, there are options like that. I mean, obviously BitterSweet are trying to play to counter that with those roamers, but you can pinch those roamers, right? Get rid of those roamers.
Open
then it's a 5-on-3.
Open up lobby door.
Right.
I mean, it seems so. I guess it just comes down to not being well prepared to attack on this site, and that is why we're seeing BS go here.
Well, Elevate's a good team at counter-stratting, but they're usually not a mid-match adaptation sort of squad. They're much better at reading into VODs and saying, hey, this is how we're going to deal with this guy when they go here. Thinking Nade's going to start us off with a nice kill into Lax.
Ooh,
that's the Blackbeard. That's their top frag. That's not just the Blackbeard. It's their best player for this match.
King Leo coming up for the flank. He's going to go up. Oh, he might. I would not have killed that drone unless it was already lit up. However, we will have 2 members left here from Elevate GG against 4 from BitterSweet. Now, King Leo's going to come on up. Sky's looking like he will not be able to get this kill. And there, Moss swings on forward, taking out Chapstick. We are now headed to the 11th round in this second map.
Yeah, so we saw the same problem for Elevate GG, and I talked about this earlier, is straight up, you take library control, and then what do you do with library control, huh? What are you going to do? You going to walk into the bottleneck? You going to wait for the roamers to come from behind? Well, that's exactly what happened.
The only thing that I'm waiting for, before I call BitterSweet's top 4 hold a very nice, and now it's going to be a core hold or core defensive setup, is I want to see how they can handle a trophy room kitchen push. How can they prevent that kind of takeover. I want to see, is it going to stand the test of time against that sort of attack? Because we see it's going to work great against the library push, but will it also stand well against a trophy kitchen push?
Yeah, that is the question. I mean, there's also, you know, just straight up taking from the balcony of Master. There are other options. More importantly, you can take control over library and then also take from the balcony of Master. You don't have to force it through library.
Yep.
You can send 2 people to take library and pinch. I mean, we saw them disable the hallway mirror window, which would have allowed the rest of the attackers to push then from Master Balk and possibly get the defuse plant even. There was no C4 underneath the bomb site. So, I don't know, it's a really big question. I mean, how is it going to work now moving forward when Elevate's given time to analyze that defense and actually try to formulate a strategy to counter it? Of course, that won't happen in this matchup, but moving, you know, as this is the last round of this map, regardless of who wins, and BitterSweet on attack, Elevate on defense, it's going to be Elevate in the basement. Which makes a lot of sense, considering how decisively they were losing on the kitchen.
Yeah, you don't want to bring them to kitchen, although
I mean, Laxi
they
did
did
clutch
win.
it.
Yeah, they, I mean,
But
they clutched
that
it,
was
but
that was a clutch though. That wasn't like
that wasn't a that wasn't a yeah.
BitterSweet should have won that round. Laxing just again. Laxing said no.
All right, so long story short here, the winner of this, if it is Elevate, will secure a 2-0 victory, get into playoffs.
Right.
If BitterSweet wins,
Good start for
wonderful
Elevate.
C4.
That's Moss also. Moss has been well. I say Moss has been doing well for the team. Let's take a look at that
Entire team has been
scoreboard.
doing well.
Yeah, there's the BitterSweet scoreboard, and you can see everybody on BitterSweet has been performing very well for their team.
But if BitterSweet wins this round, we will go into our 3rd and final map of this series.
Border, I believe.
Border, yes.
So BitterSweet are trying to take from the kitchen, seemingly the
On the other
bar.
side of this wall, I wonder if Laxing going to go for the wall bang. No, he doesn't.
Sledge is likely to open that wall if Laxi's not ready. Oh no, he's going to actually go for the hallway and get called out. That means that Laxi's going to be aware of Sledge's presence here and might get the jump on him. No, he's not holding the angle.
He's not even looking at him. Laxing going to swing on up over the bar and look on through the drafting unit, and we're going to see King Leo fall.
So that's why you do not go into, you don't go anywhere as an attacker unless you have a teammate droning it or you've already droned it yourself. And because of that, Laxing will take out the Sledge. And now a 5-on-3. Looks like Elevate might walk away with this, but Thinking Nade, if he has anything to say about it, not going to go that swiftly. Will take out Shuttle.
So now he is going to try to open up some of this floor into bar. He knows that Laxing's here. He's trying to figure out where did he just move off
no.
to. Trippin'
Oh no!
Gonna take massive
no.
damage. Don't know is wrong, but Trippin says, hey, hello. And although he was able to skedaddle on through some major bullets, he will walk away with about 35 health. 35 seconds to go. A 3-on-3. Sky's still going to be here with the Heartbeat Center at the Snowmobile Garage. Trippin trying to come on back through the back corridor.
Elevate still have the ability to win this round with only 25 seconds. But it's all on BitterSweet.
There he is. He's going to give away his position. Dave also taking massive damage. Chapstick not knowing from the back corridor. He'll be injured, and it looks like it's going to be all up to Skies. Tag down 1, tag down 2. That's going to be a diffuser. That's going to be Elevate winning this round, winning this map, winning this series, and headed into the playoffs. Wonderful job here by Elevate GG to secure the 11th round on Chalet.
Good defense there from Elevate. But do you know what? Overall, let's talk about BitterSweet. BitterSweet put up a heck of a fight in that matchup. And I think moving into this match, most people did expect Elevate GG to walk away with the 2-0 victory, which is what we did see happen.
I don't think they expected the 11th
Right.
round middle game play.
And that's what I want to emphasize. BitterSweet GG, despite losing, they did bring it all the way to the 11th round